We humans open our eyes and probably the first thing most of us see is a bright white light. Until we're a few months old, we don't really have the ability to see the beautiful gifts around us in the form of nature. From observing tiny little insects crawling on the floor to watching the birds flap their wings in the blue sky, nature always has something beautiful to show us. It's like a constant performance on the world stage. When I was 5, I remember my family planned this trip to what they call the paradise on earth, Kashmir. It was the very first trip that I took. I had never explored nature the way I did in this trip. What I met there was this cute lamb that I still consider a pet in my head, and a mixture of all picturesque scenes, scented trees and largely spread meadows. The Kashmir trip was the first time I realized the beauty of nature and learned how to appreciate it. While we humans constantly hustle, I think for me as a child, nature has been an inspiration to do better at every step. Just like our body constitutes of different elements, nature has 5 different elements, the Panchtatva. Today, we'll drive through 4 of these elements and what led to it acting as an inspiration. Who hasn't been flabbergasted at the sight of a rainbow? We all like to see a rainbow, don't we? Me too. But also, it's not something you see very often. The rainbow teaches me that to see a beautiful outcome, it might just be worth the wait for all the happiness that is to come. There might be thunder you face. The second thing the sky gives out is routine. Routine to move from dawn to dusk each day. No matter how lethargic or lazy we feel in a day, we just need to keep moving on. To maintain my routine, I make it a point to make my to-do list every day without fail. Have a look. Now that we've talked enough about the daylight, let me ask if you like stargazing. The stars, no doubt, have been the light to the dark night sky. They are the smallest possible thing for us, but in their world, they are highly capable. So no matter how tiny we are, we have the ability to light up lives around us, to shine out. We can be hopeful for others in dark times. All of my peers and I giving this TED Talk today certainly proves that. All of us have learnt in school that 75% of the earth is water, and so there is a magnanimous inspiration that we can draw from here. Raise your hand if you'll enjoy witnessing a beautiful beach with consistent waves more than a stagnant small pond, and give me a thumbs up if you think the vice versa. It'll be the prior option, I'm guessing. Similarly, it teaches me that consistency and persistent effort is much more desirable than being stuck where we are. I play chess. I've even met many famous players like Praveen Thipse sir, Tanya Sachdeva ma'am, Nisha Mohta ma'am. And one common point of contact that even I adopted was elongated practice every day to perform my best in the nationals. All water sources are boundless, perennial, and as kids, that's how our imagination is and should be. As crazy as believing flying in space or living on the rings of Saturn. Now that we're talking about space, let's move to the third element. On the screen, you can see the solar system. Each planet having its very own set of features and yet being one whole cohesive unit. This teaches me that comparison and getting to speed with others isn't the way out. Accepting our uniqueness and building upon it is the way to ace. Secondly, we have to be inclusive, just like the galaxy is. Inclusive of others, their cultures, their values and beliefs. This will not only help us to explore diversity, but will make us more accepting of human interaction, just like we do in school. Regardless of all the other elements existing, the base and foundation is incomplete without land. The mountain teaches me how ups and downs and roller coasters are an essential part of how our path should be. For instance, one of my YouTube videos performing a little low shouldn't discourage me, because the next one might just blow up. Being part of Indian families, cultures, values and tradition hold extreme importance for. Just like the tree has a solid connection through its roots, we should be deep-rooted to our ideals. No matter how high we fly, we should be down to earth, because the oxymoron of flying high while being grounded is what drives you to success and growth. So I hope that from my talk, you must have realized that we humans are blessed with an omnipresent inspiration around us in the form of nature. And I am certain you'll reach the home of success if you sit on the lap of nature and look around yourself. To wrap this up in a beautiful way, I'd like to quote a verse of a poem by William Wordsworth. I gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. So, to nature seeping in unnoticed lessons and spreading smiles, it's been a pleasure delivering this talk today. Hoping you have a chirpy day ahead. Thank you.